Morning team Kop-Ish. Well, the Reds are into the last 8 of Europe again, and it's special, isn't it? I mean, we're not going to fear anybody. Nobody will want to play us. Not going to get too carried away. But to go through over 2 legs against a really good quality opponent in Leipzig and to keep 2 clean sheets, I'm really pleased about. We had inexperienced centre backs and they were phenomenal. It was like Van Dijk and Gomez coming into play for us last night, particularly Nat Phillips. Sensational, resilient, commitment, aggression. He had it all in abundance last night, and above all he had quality. He showed real quality and leadership at the back last night. Thiago was sensational with Fabinho in midfield. The anchor man was back. The general in midfield, as we all know him as, Fabinho. Really pleased to have him back, but really pleased that we responded well to a really poor display and result against Fulham Sunday. And yeah, just into the last 8 with special affiliation with this European Cup. We could go all the way. Come on, Reds.
Boom! It's your boy Saint from Saint LFC TV. Hey, shout out Kopish man them. Shout out everyone. But done no. Hey, allow me innit? Come on. Are you stupid? Man's been waiting for this, rude boy. Trust me. Nah, really good performance, man. Really good performance by the boy them, by the man them. However, let's not gas in it. We need to have our shooting boots on. Seriously. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not seeing the heady one, Mo Salah, the excellent finish. But then I am. It's mad. You're missing chances that are easier than the ones that you're creating and scoring. What is going on? Front three need to sort that out. But, yo! Flacco! Are you mad? Bruv! Hey, nah, come on. Energy! Bruv! Fab! Shout out everyone. Shout out the Kop-Ish man them. Shout out everyone that's been in the comments. Everyone on my channel. Everyone has been saying, listen, we need Fabinho back in DM. Shout out Kop for finally doing it. And shout out Fabinho. Been out since what day? What, October? Man don't know. Like, certain man wouldn't know what it feels like to be back in that position. Man just took on the jacket. He just said, hey, give me that. I got this, bruv. What he said? Come, let's do this. I say, yo. He's world class and he's a bad boy, man of the match. We smashed it. Some of our progressive play was really good. We created chances. Brother, I don't even know what that feels like. We created chances. Yo. Hey, let me just skank again, innit? Skanking intermission. Come on, boy. Hey, listen. Yo, I'm just so gassed, bro. So gassed. We need to put all our eggs in this basket and we're moving on in it. And it seems to be, you know what I'm saying, like what we need to be doing. Shout out Nat Phillips. Shout out Kabak. Nat Phillips is an absolute bad boy. Trust me, had Upamecano on toe, so you can't chat to Nat Phillips, rude boy. What do you mean? Bro. Come on. Shout out, you lot. Bye.
Hey, what's up, guys? Liverpool 2, RB Leipzig 0, 4-0 aggregate. We go to the quarters. I thought the Reds were fucking outstanding on the night. Klopp got everything right from minute 1. We were on it. The intensity was there, creativity, fluidity, everything was there. Fabinho in midfield was outstanding, gobbling up everything like fucking cheeseburgers. Nat Phillips at the back. If he would have had a fucking bust, it was coming in the box. He doesn't give a damn. I mean, old school defender, but perfect for right now. Midfield, Thiago, train conductor, running everything. Genie does what he does, just dribbling through. Up top, Jota, fantastic. Salah, fantastic. Mane a little off, and he needs a break, but he still got his goal, and I'm happy for him. Origi coming off does a little thing. I know that makes Driv happy. Keita, Navi is my favorite player. Please stick with him. You know, he's good. You see what he can do. He just needs the fitness, and I believe in him. I believe in this team at this point. The season's been crappy, but...
What's up, Kopish? Just won 2-0 against Leipzig. Second leg, that was much better. I said after Sheffield United I wasn't going to get too gassed about it. I wasn't going to really look too much into it until we played Chelsea. This one's slightly different, and the reason for that is I looked at the lineup today, and that was pretty much nearly the strongest team, I would say. Obviously, other than the 2 centre-backs, which is a massive area, don't get me wrong. But if you look at that, you can argue Henderson, okay, but Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Thiago, that's a quality midfield, no doubt. Obviously, you had the 2 fullbacks, you had Alisson, you had and the front three. Salah and Mane, for me, they look so much better when they're playing with Jota. Don't get me wrong, I love Firmino as well, but I think just in terms of the like explosiveness, the getting into areas for chances. Because don't get me wrong, Jota missed quite a few chances today, but it was getting into the areas, and that's the other thing that was different. We actually created chances, and that was so refreshing to see. Like, it's been so long since I've seen. I was glad I saw us miss. Obviously, I wanted us to score those chances, but when we missed those chances, part of me was glad that at least we're creating them. That was the main thing. We didn't look toothless in attack like in many recent games. But yeah, now looking on things like for the rest of the season, obviously, beggars can't be choosers, and in the position we are, we're not in a great position at the moment. I do not want Europa League, just because I think, like, on one hand, we could very I'm not going to say easily, but it's very likely we could win the Europa League should we get into it next season, and that's another trophy. But I think our aims have to be bigger than that, and I think it would just be a massive distraction. Top four's out the question now; it's a bit too late. I think I would personally rather just not finish in a European spot and put all our eggs into this Champions League basket. The other day on Rival Watch, I did ask, whether there's any chance should we get the luck of the draw if we can squeeze out, number 7. But it was more pushing it, not in optimism that night. But I don't know. Obviously, there's no fans, and that's a massive disadvantage. But you never know with this team. I feel like Klopp, the team definitely looked different tonight. Whether that's because it was the Champions League and we know we have something to play for, whether it's because Fabinho's back in midfield, he looked brilliant by the way. Whether it's a combination of both, but let's give it all we got in this competition. Let's push on, and you never know. I mean, let's be hopeful, and you never know what can happen here. All right, keep up the good work, guys. All the best.
Get in there, lads. 2-0 win over Leipzig, 4-0 in aggregate. Just can't beat that. Just brilliant. I didn't expect it going into the game, if I'm perfectly honest. I thought Leipzig would turn it over because they were in perfect form before this game. And, I thought the team, when I saw the team, first off, when I saw the team, it was like, wow, Klopp's actually done something good for a while. He put Fabinho back in midfield and had Kabak and Phillips back there, but Fabinho in front of them to protect them. And it paid off. Fabinho, it proves how much Fabinho in that midfield is so crucial in terms of the play of scoring goals and having the front three, helping Thiago out. I thought it felt like the old Liverpool. And it was so good to see that last night, and we're into the last 8 of the Champions League. And that was strange because we've been in so much bad form in the Premier League. It was just like, wow, where was this Liverpool we hadn't seen for a while? We have to keep that consistency too in the Premier League now going forward. It's just because we don't want to finish out of the top 4, potentially win the Champions League. I'm not going to say we're going to do it, but you're still thinking we can do something if we could. I just think first off, I think Jota has to come in for Firmino now. Firmino for me is not the same player he was, unfortunately, so he is on the bench now for me. Jota for me all the way, with Mane and Salah. Fabinho in that midfield from now on, I think so. Get Kabak and Phillips into a pattern of good partnership, and we'll see that going forward. And I thought that Salah and Mane got the goals, and I thought they were back in great form. And I thought David Orgigi's pass to Mane was really good. Not to say he's gonna light up the world again, but I thought the changes Klopp made were positive in a way. You know what I mean, which was good to see. And I think the last 8 who we're gonna get, I would rather have a lower side in the Champions Leagues because either Porto or Atlanta. Just because if we can get to the next round, that's always been our memo. Just trying to get the lesser teams before heading into the big stages of the Champions League. So yeah, that's what I want now, and the draw's next week, so I'm hoping we can do that. Now we can just Wolves next Monday away. Who knows? Well, if Fabinho is back in that midfield, who knows? We'll turn up, but I just hope it's all positive. And big up Team Kop-Ish and the rest of the community, because great channel for everyone's getting their voices, opinions on. Anyway, I'll see you next time, and you never walk alone.
Yes! Liverpool beat RB Leipzig in the Champions League and they progress to the quarterfinals. People, I'm gassed! Yo, I don't care what any man wants to say. Nobody's going to take this feeling away from me right now. Liverpool have progressed to the last 8 in the Champions League. So deserved by the boys. Well needed, a very disciplined, organised performance. And you see Nat Phillips, the butcher, throwback defender. He was phenomenal today. Man was phenomenal. Like, him and Kabak didn't put a foot wrong today. Well done. Boy, every player put in a very good performance. Wijnaldum, Thiago, Fab, brilliant. That's what we're missing. We're missing Fab from midfield. He was a general today. Straight G. Like, I'm gassed, lads, as you can tell. Like, honestly, that performance was good. We kept RB Leipzig at arm's length. We kept them at arm's length. You can see what they were trying to do. Trying to get balls over the top. Trying to target Trent as usual. They were trying to test that Nat Phillips. What happening, you notice every time they was doing it, they was getting the balls over the top. Goal kick. You know what I mean? There was one chance though when I think that player, I can't remember his name now. Is it Davis? He's floated the ball over, right? And Poulsen's got the ball, and then Alisson's rushed out. I thought, oh, not again. But he redeemed himself, and I think Trent's kicked it out, and it went out for a corner. And I thought, you know what? We've got to keep our concentration levels on points. That was the only little criticism I got to say in the first half. You can see that Alisson was a bit shaky. Obviously, he's had a lot going on recently and stuff. Other than that, the boys are phenomenal. Jota the shutter, blood clot. Phenomenal. Like for me, I don't want to sound bad enough to keep slating a man, but Robert has to bench. Man has to warm up them seats. He has to, maybe it's a blessing in disguise because it's like, obviously he was injured, Jota, but it was like Klopp was sometimes reluctant to kind of just go and say, you know what, Firmino needs dropping and play Jota, especially that Man City game when they tried to squeeze all 4 of them in. But anyway, that's in the past. But that ball, he laid off to Mane, and then Mane's given him the pass back, and then he's laid it back off to Salah, and Salah scored. That was brilliant. Lads, I'm happy right now. I'm overjoyed. For me, it's like, we've got Wolverhampton in the Premier League next week. I don't know what changes Cup's going to do. For me, I've always maintained top 4 is over regarding the league. I think we can make a go of the Champions League. I'm not going to say we can win it, but we can make a go of it. You know what I mean? Try and finish this season on a high note. For me, I would personally like if Liverpool could get like Dortmund or Porto. I'm not sure about the PSGs and Man City quite yet. But then again, we can play any team and turn it on when we're ready. Thiago as well. That's what Thiago's on. That's that smoke what Thiago's about. Man, they're trying to say Thiago's done out. Nah, man. That's what he showed what he's on today. We controlled that game. There was moments it was bitty in the midfield between the both teams. You can see the tempo was like bitty and that. But overall, we controlled that game. For me, that's a 9 out of 10 performance for me, for the whole team. My man of the match was Salah. A cross between Salah and Phillips, not Phillips. But because Salah scored, I'm giving it to him. The boys played wonderful. We got Wolves next week in the Premier League, and then we go on the international break, which the lads kind of needed. They need, to be honest, in all fairness, we need to have a break, clear our heads, and then come back, you know what I mean? And then just make a goal. I just hope we get a favourable draw and kick on from here now. Lads, it's yours and truly, Laser LFC. Big up all the Kop-Ish man, then big up all the Liverpool supporters.
Good morning, Kop-Ish community. Finn here with another fan review. Liverpool 2. Leipzig 0, and plenty of positives to be taken away from this game. So let me just start with the fact that this is probably the best game I've witnessed since the start of the year. That includes the 2 wins against West Ham and Tottenham, and I tell you why. Because we had 2 centre-backs, we had Fabinho back in midfield, and as the lad said on the live stream last night, we've got our spine back. And a lot of fans in the comment section have been saying the same thing. And we've been asking questions of Klopp, of the club, FSG, tactics, whatnot. And I feel like this was the first time that Klopp had the license to use the team in a way that he saw appropriate. So by putting Fabinho back in midfield, it gave Thiago and Wijnaldum that creative advantage. Now, in the first half, my two players of the match in that first half were definitely Jota and Thiago. Jota, going through the middle, offered such a different role than what Bobby would. And I feel like yesterday was one of those examples where I feel like now we've been overhyping Bobby's role this season. Because, fair enough, Bobby has been converting chances, but not nearly enough as what we expect. Now, Jota didn't score last night, but he provided assist. And he showed that he was ready for the team. He was ready for the challenge. And I believe that was his third game back now. And it looked like he has started to get into second gear, third gear, fourth gear in games now. Whereas prior, a lot of our squad haven't looked like they've got out of first gear. Let's be real with ourselves, right? Trent last night, I feel like he played excellent. Thiago with that karate kick through ball. Oh my God, if Mane had finished that part, if Mane had finished it, I don't even know. I have to be careful with what I'm saying because it's 7 a.m. right now and no watershed things in it. So that was going to be unbelievable. If that goal went in, I would have gone screaming down my house. I would have kicked off. My mum would have kicked me out the yard. I'm telling you. I would have been sleeping in a tent last night. I'm telling you. But lots of positives again, like I said, to take away from the game. I feel like Fabinho, he just controlled from that DM position, and it gave Nat Phillips that. All Nat Phillips' job yesterday was clear it, get it out. If I can have it at my feet and I can find a pass, cool. But that's not his prerogative. His prerogative, if that ball's coming over the back, I'm getting it gone. I've got Fabinho in front of me, Thiago in front of that. That gives them the least to control the ball and then find the wide outlets or through the middle in Jota. And I feel like that first half, we were playing fluid football. We were playing exceptional football. And I'm not going to lie, it was one of the best performances of 2021. Fortunately, we're through to the next round now. Personally, I would like to draw Dortmund because I feel like it would be a nice homecoming for Klopp. And there's not really many game winners in that team other than Haaland. So if we can keep Haaland quiet, if we were to draw Dortmund, then I would be pretty certain that we can go through that game. Pretty certain. Especially if we start to get form in the Premier League games now. So we got Wolverhampton next. Well, I'd like to see some of the kind of fringe players introduced into the starting 11, if possible. And I'm sure pretty much a lot of you would agree there. Because now I really feel like this is going to give us a springboard for the later stage of the season now. And we're going to determine our own fate. If we can start to rack up a few consecutive wins in the Premier League, it's going to take the burden off. Yesterday, the big smiles on all the whole team had big grins. Klopp looks like he was successful in his tactical game plan yesterday, where he chose his squad selection. He let it run out. First half ended. No qualms, no issues. Second half came about. He let that run out. Then we started seeing things come to fruition. And for me, I'm just really pleased that Mane actually managed to bag a goal. Not too much Salah, because a lot of people think that Salah's not very clinical, but if you look at his stats and his performances, the man is as consistent as we can ask for right now. It's the players like Mane and Firmino and Thiago, who this season, let's be honest, we've had our doubts. A lot of the fan base has had their doubts, and I feel like we would be very short-sighted if we were to disagree with that. But again, like I said, plenty of positives in that game last night. we move forwards now. Hopefully we got a big win coming up against Wolves. I look forward to seeing people's fan reviews later on today. I look forward to seeing predicted lineups for the Wolves game. And Kopish, just keep doing what you're doing because you're keeping us all entertained. You're keeping us sane in these unprecedented times. And just want to thank you all for all of your input. On a personal note, the amount that I've learned about my football club, which I never necessarily knew, has come from you guys and all the content creators, all the content submitters to this channel, and even the guys in the comment section. I just want to say thank you on a personal note, and just keep doing what you're doing to support this community because it's a great thing, and I feel like it can be taken for granted sometimes. So yeah, all the best for now. I look forward to seeing this next game and going through the journey with all of you lot. Take care.